What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. I want to give a shout out to brother Marques Houston. You guys know him from Immature. And for those of you who watched House Party 3, all right, we got a good glimpse of Immature before they was really blowing up. I think they were kind of blowing up at that time, but classic movie. And Marques Houston, he's got a wonderful voice, but he got into a good bit of controversy, all right? And the controversy had a lot to do with him marrying a woman. At the time that he got married to her, she was 19 and I believe he was 41. Now, Marques Houston, for those of you guys who do not know, is a Jehovah's Witness. He's been a Jehovah's Witness for many, many years. And the woman that he was dealing with, Miya Dickey, who's now Marques Houston, is also a Jehovah's Witness. So Jehovah's Witnesses, my cousins are Jehovah's Witnesses. I don't really go over there. I don't like going over there. Not that I don't like them, but you know, I'm Baptist. So like I said, Baptists and Jehovah's Witnesses, we're not the closest people. You know how we are. So love them, but I'm a Baptist, okay? And we like to curse and drink and backslide. They do too, but like I said, Jehovah's Witnesses is a little bit more cultish. They can marry people 18, 17, 19, and that's not really a big deal as to what happens to the rest of us, okay? But Marques Houston, people were pushing back. He's taking advantage of this girl, and he really went viral when he made this statement about why he married his young wife.
Okay, I'm 41, right? She's 22. I could have married a 41-year-old woman, and it could have been disastrous. They could have felt like, you know, because I'll sit and talk to women, and women that are my age, and they kind of have a different outlook on life. You know, a lot of women my age are very independent. They are very like, you know, I don't need a man to do this for me because I could do this for myself. And I come from a generation that I'm very, very, you know, love to provide for my wife. I love to provide for my woman. And I'm very in that generation, like the old days.
And it's not just that, you know, he was not afraid. He doubled down on that, and he doubled down on it like very loudly. And he was like, listen, man, I'm not doubling. I'm not backing down. This is how I feel.
How are you doing?
I'm good.
I gotta ask, I mean, does it upset you that the internet seems to have a problem about the age that your wife was when you married her? I mean, everyone's talking about it.
Absolutely not.
I mean, how come?
I mean, you know, you gotta think about it. Everybody has their own opinion. Opinions are like noses. Everybody has one. I'm not a kind of person that don't really care what people think about me. So say what you want. I'm happily married and I love my wife. We have a beautiful daughter, and that's how we live it.
I mean, you know, I always have to ask, like, people are saying your wife must have been like a little bit younger when you married her. I mean, can you set this record straight?
Yes, so she was 19 when we got married. She was 18 when we started dating. So, you know, a lot of misconception out there about a lot of people try to like twist her age online and make it seem like she was born a year earlier. She wasn't. You know, she's 22 going on 23. And, you know, she keeps me young and fresh. What can I say? We have a love that people don't really understand, and I don't really care to explain it. That's what it is.
So I kind of want to deal with this because this is important, and I'm going to tell you why I want to deal with it. I want to deal with it because I'm important, all right? Marques Houston and his wife are no longer taking pictures together, okay? I've been seeing videos coming out for a long time that, you know, he's taking advantage of her. He's old, you know, basically, you know, all of that. And then when you look at her social media, you don't see them posting pictures or sharing any family moments. They have stopped wearing their wedding rings. And this was very similar to what you saw when it came to Megan Good and Devon Franklin. All of a sudden, she wasn't, you know, wearing Christian stuff anymore. She was booty clapping it up all on these damn yachts. I mean, the booty was looking nice, but that's what's going on. And basically, she deleted or archived all those posts featuring Marques. This is what I want to say with younger women or older men dealing with younger women. Like, look at this post. That's just her with the babies. He ain't there. Guys, we got to understand something. Okay. A woman who is 19 or 20, even 23, like, I live in Africa. Okay. And you might be able to say, oh, I can just get me a young wife. Let me tell you something. Bro, you're going to have to go through a lot of growing pains. See, we gotta understand something, brothers. We have done all that we want to do. Okay? Those of you who want serious relationships, hey, but a lot of women, they're still young, man. And like I said, if you're a person like Marques Houston, you got a certain amount of money, you've had that money, you understand what it's like to be like that. In a way, man, people be upset because it's like your folks gonna feel like you're taking that person's youth from them because they 21, 22, 23 and married. And whether you marry them or not, they're gonna make all those mistakes. And you can try to tell them, and you can try to help them out, but they still gonna be hella young. Things they gonna do, you're not gonna understand it. You're gonna be mad because you're now 42 and you made those same mistakes. Like your mama will tell you how hard you used to be to deal with and how much of a pain in the ass you was. Now you're dealing with that with somebody else, and it doesn't feel that good anymore. And it doesn't feel that good because now it's your ass doing it. Now it's dusty. Now it's crusty. Now you mad. Now, and we got to just understand, black man, that, even though it might be cool for you to marry somebody 19, 20, 21, but, you might not have a lot in common. I noticed that since I've been living here. The average age of somebody in Uganda is 16 years old. 16 to 17 years old. Okay? If you find a woman that's single and like 30 in Uganda, it's like, what? And probably that lady is living with her parents still. Okay? All of the stuff of having friends, wanting to go out, wanting to experience things, and a woman don't want to be in the house maybe at 19, 20, 21, raising kids all the time, especially a woman who was beautiful like that, like 19 with kids, like 22 with 2 kids. That woman want to go out and go to the club. She want to go on girls trips. She want to go and do different things. She gonna want to probably, I hate to put it like this, maybe get her cheeks clapped by somebody else, live life a little bit. It's hard taking care of kids. Like, I don't even have kids, and I know that it's hard taking care of kids. Imagine taking care of kids when your friends at college. You got people going to New York, going to Paris, and your ass is at home with kids and a 40-something-year-old man. I don't care how good you think that man is looking. It's the same thing as a young dude with a 40-something-year-old woman. They want to live, man. Young people want to live. That's why some of these dudes, man, you get with a young chick, she be hitting you up whenever she feel like it or whatever. You get mad, but she's young. If she got a fat booty, she 20-something, 24, 25, what you think she gonna be doing? Unless that's a woman that really want to be married, she really want to be a wife, she really want to have, man, she gonna make the mistakes and she not gonna be seeing eye to eye. You 20-something years old, bro. Like, not only do you have children, you are helping her at a tough time in some young woman's life. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of men ain't dealing with that. And so if they're not together, I can see why. That woman got a lot of life to live in and don't have the experience. And a lot of men don't have the real experience to deal with a young woman. I mean, I get it. Young woman not bitter like an old woman. Yes. A young woman is ambitious and have a very good aspect and outlook of the world. Yes. Younger people typically do have more of a positive view of the world. That's why they change it. Older people, we have a skewed view of the world. But young people come in and say, yes, we can change the world and make the world do this. That's why we love young people, because they set the tone for how the world should be. But that ain't always true in relationships, man. That woman is coming into her own, trying to understand her body and don't really know. And you was just talking about how much she understand you, man. Can't no woman understand you when you 40-something years old, bruh, she 19. She can't understand you. She ain't been what you been. She come from a different generation. Let me just say this. I grew up in the 90s. My mom grew up in the 50s, okay? Now, as closer to my mom that I think I am to the new generation, which I'm more closer to her is the way I think. Man, when the 90s came around, man, I had Jabot jeans on, man. I would listen to Keith Murray. I mean, look, bro, the 90s in the black community was a tough time, man. I mean, your kids was on the brink of, it was close to college or the jail or jail cell. It was rough. And the challenges that we faced in the 90s, my mom didn't face crack cocaine as a high schooler, crack addicts. My mom went to high school in the 60s. Heroin didn't come to the 70s, and that was basically in the East Coast. So some of us are coming from different times, man. And listen, dating younger women is cool. You know, like I said, man, sometimes when a woman is 22, 23, maybe you might want to look at 27, 28, a woman who kind of know who she is, know what she want. She done got her cheeks clapped enough. Now we can go ahead and do something different, okay? So guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell. We out.